Yo soy Kaya St.Christopher. This is The Woodsman, and this is The Writer's Block, a book review show where I tell you if a book is good enough that I would recommend it to a friend, or so bad that I would chop it in half with an axe. Today on The Writer's Block, 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. I'm not angry at this book. I'm just disappointed. Because this book has so much potential. From chapter 1 to chapter 5, this book hides in the veil of mystery because it could be about anything. And the chapters are actually very strong. We start off chapter 1. Our main character, Anastasia Steele, is taking over an interview because her roommate, Kate, is sick. The man she's interviewing, the famous billionaire, Christian Grey. She's immediately impressed, and so am I, because what this author loves to do is write about rooms and write about clothing. When Christian walks into the room, she does a very nice job describing the suit that he's wearing. When she's describing the room, it is Hemingway level. And I quote, "His office is way too big for just one man. In front of the floor-to-ceiling windows, there's a modern dark wood desk that 6 people could comfortably eat around. It matches the coffee table by the couch. Everything else is white. It's crisp. It's smooth. It's descriptive. It's direct. This is very good writing." What comes next is a chess match between these two. Anastasia is asking him questions. He is responding. It's a very still scene. And so she's reduced to pretty much smiling, blushing, and eye contact. But again, she shows variety in her writing by giving you a long list of different ways that Christian Grey can look around. His eyes appraise me. His eyes burn into me. His gaze is intense. He glances out the window. This is like someone saying, "I'm going to shoot a basketball into a hoop," and then they do it from all over the court. Chapter 1 ends. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 starts, and it establishes Anastasia's life outside of this enclosed box that we've been in. She's a student. She's got a paper due. She's got a roommate. She's got boys chasing after her. And she also works in a home hardware store where these stupid men in her life are always hitting on her. Ugh, including this loser, Jose. Then all of a sudden, Christian Grey shows up at her work. And again, you have this veil of mystery because this book could be about anything. He buys zap straps for I don't know what. He buys rope and he buys duct tape. Why is he doing this? He's using it for charity to save the world. What a great guy. What I really want to get into is this party scene. I am astounded by how good the writing is. I don't know if this author is a drunk that goes out and dances at clubs every night, but she perfectly captures the atmosphere of what it is like to be inebriated and out of control and swirling in a hot, crowded room. In this scene, Anastasia has Christian Grey's number and she kind of prank calls him and pretends like she's in danger just to kind of get under his skin. And he's on the other end going like, "Anastasia, where are you? Are you okay?" She's not okay though. You know why? Because her loser friend Jose is there. And Jose, being the loser that he is, tries to make a move on Anastasia. He's groping her. He's got his sweaty Jose palms all over her because he's a loser photographer with no talent. Then all of the sudden, out of the shadows comes a voice. "Hey, let her go." Oh my God, emerging for some reason out of a back alley is Christian Grey, here to save the day. Jose backs off because he's a fucking coward. Jose backs off like any man would under Christian's steely gaze. In this scenario, Christian Grey could be Christian Bale, and this could be a Batman novel. You have this extravagant billionaire with all the money in the world at his disposal. He's able to track Anastasia's phone. He's able to show up and materialize in the shadows of a dark alleyway. I mean, this just sounds like Batman. He shows up to her home hardware store and buys restraints, ropes, duct tape. These are all great crime-fighting materials for a superhero. But instead of beating up bad guys, he decides to beat up women. After chapter 6, we're off to the races where we start discussing BDSM. And the book falls absolutely flat. This is supposed to be, by reputation, a very kinky novel. But in my opinion, and I am not that big of a kinkster, This book is more vanilla than a cone from McDonald's. You get 300 pages in, and all they do is have sex, hold hands, and he gives her a spanking. That's it. I feel ripped off. Christian Grey gives her a contract, and in it, it outlines everything he wants to do. And what do you know? He's the good kind of kinky who doesn't want to do anything bad. No knife play, no fire play, only the good kind of kinky. What if he just went, Anastasia, I have a deep, dark secret. I want you to poop on me. 50 Shades of Brown. And so instead of this incredibly kinky novel, you just have to slog through relationship, which is loosely tied together by the fact that Christian has something wrong with him. And this is where this book just falls into stereotypes. And you can kind of tell where it's going. There's a rich billionaire. There's a young, naive, young girl who's sexually inexperienced. He is going to open her up sexually, and she is going to fix him. I think that's the wrong direction. They should have gone with a superhero spin. Wouldn't you want to see a novel about Batman where he takes on a young apprentice and he needs to be all secretive, but he's also banging her in the Batcave? Anastasia, I need to let you know my dark secret. What is it, Christian? I'm Batman. Now, you're going to be Robin, and I'm going to teach you how to tie up bad guys. Oh, how are we going to do that, Batman? And he just brings out rope. He's like, I'm going to tie you up so you know how it feels. And then, Alfred comes in. Is everything going all right, sir? Yeah, and he just keeps buying her stupid material goods, which have aged themselves horribly. He buys her a new phone, and he buys her a BlackBerry. He also has a BlackBerry, so he just seems like this psychotic billionaire who's obsessed with the company BlackBerry. He also buys her a new MacBook. So in this universe, Macintosh exists. Why not just get her an iPhone? He also buys her a new car. He's just showering her with materialistic gifts. It's very annoying. Okay, so here's the thing. I could recommend this to a friend. It is a decent enough book, and the writing is very good in some parts. However, and these are the two steps which bug me, this book is 500 pages long. It's over 500 pages. And I just have to slog towards the end like someone's dangling a tied-up carrot in front of a horse that's wrapped in leather. I could excuse the 500 pages if that would be what one of my friends were into. However, this is part of a trilogy. There's 2 other books. And so I cannot take it. I feel like I am trapped in a literary BDSM where this book is torturing me, it's tormenting me, it's tempting me, and it's also tied up my time. So it does not make it off the block.